वेलकम बैक एवरीवन। सो आज का वीडियो मैंने बहुत दिन के बाद ये वीडियो बना रहा हूँ। तो टेम्परेचर बहुत डाउन रहता है, मेनली -40-45 पे तो निकल के वीडियो बनेगा नहीं। तो आज बहुत दिन के बाद घूमने आया हूँ तो मैं वीडियो बनाता हूँ, मैं अपडेट देते रहूँगा। अभी मैं हूँ वैंकूवर में, हम लोग वैंकूवर घूमने आए हैं तो मैं इसका अपडेट आपको धीरे धीरे देते रहूँगा वीडियो में। चलिए वीडियो शुरू करते हैं।
Les amoureux qui se battent sur les bancs publics, en se foutant pas mal du garoui, des passants en natte. Les amoureux qui se battent sur les bancs publics, Les amoureux qui se battent sur les bancs publics, en se foutant pas mal du garoui, des passants en natte.
हम जा रहे हैं ग्रेनाइट माउंटेन, आपको मैं अपना लुक दिखाऊंगा कैसा खतरनाक लुक लिया मैंने। तो हम जा रहे हैं ग्रेनाइट फॉल, सॉरी माउंटेन फॉल जा रहे हैं, जहाँ हमारा रिवर का राइड है 3 घंटा का। 3 घंटा का रिवर का राइड होगा। मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ मेरा क्या कपड़ा पहना है मैंने। ये दीज आर माई पीपल्स। हम लोग सब ऐसे एकदम पूरा टायर में। इस वीडियो में ट्राई करूँगा कि जो भी ओरिजिनल वॉइस है उसी को मैं ज़्यादा रखूँ, थोड़ा वॉइस में एडिटिंग में कम करूँ, क्योंकि वो ज़्यादा अच्छा मार्को ने एक्सप्लेन किया। जो हमारा गाइड है उसने पूरा एक्सप्लेनेशंस दिया, तो आपको बहुत अच्छा लगेगा सुनने में। मैं बोलूँगा कि आप लोग लास्ट में 5-10 मिनट जरूर देखें, क्योंकि वहाँ पे जगलिंग और थोड़ी कॉमेडी वाइब्स हुई हैं, तो ज़्यादा अच्छा लगेगा आपको। और थोड़ा पानी का शोर आ सकता है, क्योंकि हम वाटर में हम लोग अपने बोट की तरफ चल दिए हैं। मैं थोड़ा देर में दिखाऊँगा आपको हमारा बोट कैसा है, ठीक है। फिर मैं आपको दिखाता हूँ। हम लोग का फेरी जहाँ हम लोग जा रहे हैं, यहाँ पे सामने में देख रहे हो, वही हमारी बोट होगी आज की। आज उसमें हम लोग राइड करेंगे। सो वी आर गुड टू गो ब्रो, गुड टू गो। ये रहा हमारा बोट, देख रहे हो क्या खतरनाक है बोट, मजा आएगा। दिस इज आवर बोट। हमारी राइड हो गई शुरू। तीन घंटा था ना इस बोट में।
Of the last 11,000 years, the area here has been inhabited by some indigenous groups known as the First Nations in Canada. That brings me to my land acknowledgement. The city of Vancouver falls on the traditional and unceded territories of the Musqueam, the Squamish, in thick, dense, old-growth forest. Trees extending hundreds of feet into the air. All that was basically up until pre-colonization. First European explorers came here in the late 1800s, most notably Captain George Vancouver. He arrived here in 1792 with his British Royal Naval vessel HMS Discovery. He was here to map the area, to explore the area, and also Captain George Vancouver had an amicable relationship with the First Nations. His arrival tended forcefully through slave plantation village and built Granite Island. Granite Island used to be called Industrial Island, but I'll be coming back to the history of Granite Island when we're coming back in here. Because we're about to exit the city, gateway through from the city here to Ross Street Bridge, but I also refer to it as danger zone. Why danger zone? You see these black birds there sitting and flying and nesting? They're pelagic cormorants. Their whole diet consists of seafood. They eat up to 2/3 of their body weight every day, and I always say whatever goes in must come out. So if you look up, I mean, you're laughing. Why do you think I'm standing underneath the roof here? Yeah, I mean, but we don't do that quite often. I got hit as well. Yeah, I got hit already as well. We have all the birds. Alright. Beautiful. Nice. Oh, we made it accident free. That's good. You look to our 12:30, 1 o'clock. Some sailboats coming up to the right side. You see them? Washed up there. These things happen, yeah. There is high tides and storms, and most of them are anchored to our left side into the ocean. right here. Apartment complex, 17 stories high. One story, one apartment, average price about 4 million Canadian dollars. Someone has that penthouse up for sale ago for up for sale ago a couple of years ago for $18 million. Vancouver has that Leonard boy, Mr. Spock, used to once own the penthouse. And you see, it has a tree on top of it, yeah? It's a pillow. There's the Vancouver Aquarium, there are horse carriages, indigenous land walking tours. There's 3 beaches, there's a public swimming pool, there's a very nice brewery in there. Park is teeming with wildlife, beavers, bald eagles, coyotes, raccoons, everything. The trees themselves are obviously an attraction. And you can still see where all these people are walking and biking and running there. That's again the Vancouver seawall. Not looking like an indigenous stories. Last time customer said, looks like a pineapple. My wife says, look at the clouds, they look like this and that. Sure, you're right. Absolutely see that too. Okay. At that time, there was no connection to downtown Vancouver. So they approached the city and said, city, we need a bridge. He said, Great Depression, no more. We usually say one cruise ship brings about $3 million in direct economy into the city. I still love my job, yeah. It's not that well paid. Of that house, yeah. He sells windows. And only the windows, that quote he said, was 500,000 Canadian dollars. Only the windows. He did not get the order because that guy wanted special windows, yeah. He said, like, we can't get that here, he needs to get them from overseas, whatever. I'm not into windows. Yeah, why not? Let's get it. We lost a lot of money here as well. Hollywood North there. Still building the city here, constantly building going on. Maybe this is full biomass and it's also building. days later, he left the island again. The Indian Arm. So where we are right here, right now, is 280 feet of water below us. Yeah? So like even closer there, 280 feet. It's just basically that wall drops off steep into the water. Okay, let's go keep on.
जो आपने पहला वाला देखा होगा ऐसे एक बिल्डिंग था और ये दूसरा वाला, ये दोनों पावर हाउस है जहाँ से मतलब पूरे वैंकूवर को पावर सप्लाई होता था। ऊपर में आपको जो पाइप्स दिख रहे होंगे उसमें ब्लैक थे, इसमें जो ग्रीन पाइप्स आ रहे हैं उसी के थ्रू पानी आता था जिससे कारण पावर जनरेट होता था यहाँ पे। और जो पहला वाला था उसमें हॉरर्स मूवी सेट मतलब शूटिंग होता है क्योंकि वो बंद हो चुका है, तो उसका हॉरर मूवी शूटिंग के लिए यूज होता है। मैं एक मूवी का नाम बता दे रहा हूँ जिसमें शूट हुआ है, वो है IT जो मूवी था हॉरर मूवी, वो उसी पावर हाउस में पहला वाला पावर हाउस था वहीं पे शूट हुआ था। और हम लोग इस जगह को इंडियन आर्म बोला जाता है जहाँ पे हम लोग हैं, तो इंडियन आर्म में अभी हम लोग यहाँ से निकलेंगे ग्रेनाइट के लिए।
Super hard to catch, but we'll get closer because now we have the white clouds in the background. Thing. Oh, they're way closer back there. There is 4 now, 12 o'clock, way further down. Yeah, you see it now, so yeah. Oh yeah, there he is now. Yeah, there he is. No, Falls-Day1, national bird of the United States. Their eyesight is extraordinarily good, yeah. 10 times better than human eyesight. So they don't have that much of a problem seeing us, yeah. We have a problem spotting them.
और यहाँ पे हल्की हल्की बारिश शुरू हो गई है और हमारा बोट ओपन है, तो हमारे पास कोई प्रोटेक्शन नहीं है सर पे, तो जो जैकेट दिया है उसी जैकेट को हम लोगों ने ऊपर में ले लिया जिससे हम लोग थोड़ा बारिश से बच सके क्योंकि पूरा पानी है। और 3 घंटा का बोट राइड था, हमारे पास कुछ ऐसा था नहीं। अब देख रहे हो पानी होने लगा है और यहाँ पे हम लोग थोड़े थोड़े वो सील्स भी देख रहे थे, फिर से कुछ आप क्या बोलते हैं उसको, वल्चर्स, वो सब भी दिख रहे थे हमें।
When in Rome, right?
और यहाँ पे बारिश हो रही
Yeah, you're just taking a picture anyway. If you look to the left side, yeah, where all these boats are, yeah,
Yeah.
you see that house? Everyone loves to look to the left side, where all these boats are. Busy today. Weekend, Valentine's Day.
है।
That's Wigwam Inn, the house. Very interesting story. Wigwam Inn got opened in 1904. If you want to take pictures, we two people stand up, yeah.
अब हम ये आ चुके हैं पब्लिक मार्केट। यहाँ पे बहुत सारे अच्छे अच्छे फ्रेश फ्रूट्स है, बड़ा मज़ा आ रहा है देखने में। फ्रूट्स, एप्पल्स जो मुझे रिजाइना में नहीं मिलता जहाँ मैं रहता हूँ, वहाँ से उससे मतलब बहुत अच्छा है। यहाँ पे आपको हर चीज़ मिल रहा था, फ्रूट्स, खाने पीने का सामान, पिज़्ज़ा, पास्ता, डोनट्स, कॉफ़ी, जो चाहिए सब मिलता। मज़ा आ रहा था, सारे फ्रेश, मतलब ये नहीं कि कुछ भी ख़राब है, सारे फ्रेश फ्रूट्स थे, तो देख के बड़ा मज़ा आ रहा था। मेन बात मुझे वहाँ मिलता नहीं, तो यहाँ देख के मैं ज़्यादा एक्साइटेड हो गया था। ये जो ब्लैक दिखा पहला वाला, इसे हमें तोत बोलते हैं हमारे भाषा में। जब मैं यूपी से हूँ तो वहाँ पर तोत बोला जाता है। और ये सब चेरीज है अलग अलग टाइप्स के, तो बड़ा मज़ेदार थे। इसके बाद मैं अपना कोई भी वॉइस नहीं डालूंगा, आप मस्त सुनो।
The top. I'm okay. I know you guys were worried about me. A quick trick with the hat. Yay! And now Isaac, you come and stand just here. Directly in front of me, straight in front, stay in front. Here we go. And if you take a couple steps back, one more step. And Isaac, now is probably the best time to talk about how to throw the knives. If you hold the first knife around the center of the handle, Isaac, when you throw, just remember gentle throws. As long as there's no overhand, there's probably no need for any spins. Just remember, Isaac, that I am a juggler. If you look straight into my eyes when you throw the knife. It's very possible you could throw the knife straight into my eyes. So if we aim just here, first knife from your right to my left. On 3. Let's do 3. There we go. I'm glad you asked. On 3. 1, 2, and 3. Everybody, Isaac. One very good throw. I feel better already, Isaac. Second knife on 3. 1, 2, 3. Everybody, Isaac. 2 very good throws. You're making it too easy, Isaac. Don't change a thing. This is the third and most important knife. If it's a good throw, I catch it, we finish the show, everything will be okay. If it's a bad throw, be ready. There could be 2 returning. No pressure. Last knife, right here, on 3. 1, 2, and 3. Everybody, Isaac. Amazing. Isaac, do you remember what to do next? We talked about this, Isaac. But if you hold the skateboard, if you hold the trucks of the skateboard, yeah, if you get over there now, here we go. I can only do this for so long. There we go. If you hold both trucks, just hold it steady, keep it ready. Isaac, I'm on my way. Hold it right there. Keep it ready. And let's hear this guy right here with the brown hat. 1, 2, and 3. That is so much easier. Thank you, guys. Hold it there. Hold it steady. Keep it ready. I'm just gonna get a small run of this from right back here. Right after one sip of water. And if anybody has a body they need to dispose of, just ask this guy. There we go. Maybe we can build it up a little bit with a small clap, yeah? Claps just a little louder. It'll sound like everyone's clapping. I'm just gonna shout, on your mark, get set. If I hear go, we go. So here we go, one time, one word. Let's see how loud we can do it. Everyone, on your mark, get set.
Go!
Up. Here we go. What the hell were you guys expecting? All right. David, you got it. Ash, you're good. And Isaac, good memory. We're gonna try and get a little closer to Isaac, so maybe we'll do a small step for Ash if we just step the ladder in. And then David, and then Ash, and then David, and then Ash, and then David, and then David, and then Ash, and then David. And Isaac, just don't go anywhere, okay? I'm just gonna try and get my feet onto the skateboard. David, I'm sorry about the view. We're gonna get through this. But David and Ash, if you guys want, you can take the ladder away, take it straight backwards, far away, and now bring it back. Bring. No, I was kidding, but thank you. But if you want, you can probably lean it just against the fence. And everyone, honestly, these 2 guys came up, they helped out. They did not have to, but they did. Big round of applause. Ash, David, thank you. I appreciate it. And you guys can totally return to the safety of the audience. Amazing. Give them another round of applause, yeah? And one more time. Sorry, David, Ash, and Isaac. I'm gonna count to 3. When you hear 3, Isaac, run. When you run, don't look back. But when you run, please take the time to let go first. It's happened. On 3. 1, 2, and 3. Isaac, I'm scared. But before you go, if you could hand me the 3 knives just down there. If you hand them right up here, just to my left. Amazing. Excellent. Thank you. And everyone, he's been up here a long time. He's been absolutely awesome. How about a huge round of applause for Isaac? Thank you so much. Appreciate it. And here we go for everyone. Scariest part for me. All I have to do now is I'm going to stand up. I'm going to juggle the knives and try and make it to the ground. When I get to the ground, I pick up the giant suitcase, the one on the bottom, and I spin it on this finger, on this knuckle. So first, I'm just gonna show you the stupidest thing I could think of, and then I'll show you maybe the hardest trick I ever learned. I don't know. But step 1 is standing up. Right after my impersonation of a skateboard trophy. I don't care, that was funny. But honestly, before I do this, it is important that I do mention what you're watching. It is my job. Nobody pays me to be here. The only people who pay me are the people who watch the show. Today, that was you guys. It just got really quiet out here. But I mean, hey, at the end, the only thing I do is I just stand on the ground and I take off my hat. When I take off my hat, usually people throw something in. That's how I've made my living for most of my life. It's allowed me to travel around the world. I would love to keep doing that. I'm not going to try and tell you what to do at the end, how much to give, how much other people give, or how much a show is worth. But hell, I'd pay $50 to see when you guys try this. But honestly, when someone throws in a 20, it makes my day. It keeps me going. You throw in 5 or 10, that's proud is. It's not how wobbly the table is, or how heavy the knives are. It's the chance that I could, at any moment, be hit in the head by a seagull. You laugh, but when I did this in Hollywood, I actually was hit in the head by a seagull. It was Steven Seagal. It hurt, man. But here we go, for you, 3 knives, 1 table, 2 suitcases, a skateboard, 1 bad idea. If it works, let me know you're there. If it doesn't, keep rolling. If something goes wrong, I need to see the whole thing. And so will my insurance broker. Thank you. No, this is not a passive income. Come on! You should have seen that from here. But hold on, it's not over yet. The last part is on the ground. I just have to make it to the ground. Save yourself, little dude. I'm gonna climb down. When I get to the ground, I pick up the giant suitcase. I spin it on my finger. If it spins, it will be the largest object that you've ever seen anybody spin on their finger. And that is the exact same reaction I got from my parents when I told them about my career choice. But honestly, it's been a good one. I made it around the world, even all the way back to Canada. It's amazing to be here. Big round of applause for all of you guys. You guys are all awesome. I'm gonna hop down here. I'm gonna pick up the case. I'll spin it as fast as I can. When it spins, it's one last chance for one last cheer. When I'm done this, I'll just be standing down here with my hat off. When you guys come up at the end, honestly, that just means the world to me. You throw in a 5 or a 10, I will go home ecstatic.